What is going on, traders? We're looking at S&P 500 2000 tick chart, and we're going to be day trading using a simple price action strategy, which means we are solely relying on the candlesticks alone to give us the patterns and to identify the market context. And the first thing we need to do before we start trading to get the sense what the market is doing, we need to analyze our structure before we start trading. And what I'm looking at is we started with a fairly strong uptrend that eventually broke and attempted to create a new extreme. A new extreme was formed successfully. Now, after price makes a break and it makes a new high of the previous uptrends, that means generally that the uptrend played out, or any trend played out. It's following the trend line rules. And take a look how price strongly pushed back below EMA. This is the supportive indicator, 21 bar EMA. And we just use it to tell what the market bias is. And you guys can see price pushed strongly below EMA, indicating strong bearish pressure. So right now the market is in a downtrend. We pull back into the EMA right here, and I'm expecting the same thing as I was right here. I'm expecting for price to create new extreme. So what I'm looking at, I'm going to be looking for high probability setup. As you guys can see, we have a bearish bar at the EMA, but this is just a first entry short. The high probability setup is a second entry short because market likes to move into this. It would look something like this. Is a first entry short pullback, second entry short, two-legged pullback at the key entry point. That's how the high probability setup looks. So we may get a lower high setup here soon. All right, guys, and I'm preparing my limit order. It happened really quickly. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move it at the very close of this bar, because right now this is the new low and this is the first entry short pullback, second entry short. Take a look how EMA is holding prices. We have the short-term trend line working higher. We pulled back, broke the trend line, attempted to create new extremes. So the price action rules apply not only on the bigger trend lines, but also on the shorter term ones like this one. So this is a break, attempt to make a new high, but we have a double top because EMA is in the way. This is a key entry point, and we have a second entry short, a little bit over a lower high setup, but the bias is still down. Okay, and we got filled finally. So I'm going to move my target profit to 8 ticks. I'm going to move my runner somewhere down here, and we're in this trade. I'm going for 5 contracts total. I'm going to scalp on 4 and leave 1 contract as a runner. Of course, anything can happen here, but this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for price to get all the way down to these lows right now. So let's see what happens. All right, so I'm resuming the video a bit because we didn't end up the way I would like this to see. This is a bullish bar, and this is not what you really want to see. We're still below EMA, but the fact that we trigger lower and we fairly instantly reversed higher, this is not ideal. We still got time till market opens the regular US stock market hours. We still got 22 minutes. So it is always better to trade after the open, but I already like trading during this time. So it looks like we may get stopped out here very soon. So I'm just gonna pause the video, so I don't want to keep it too long, but I'll resume it once the trade get filled. Well, we're actually coming very close to our stop loss here soon. We'll see. All right, guys, I'm resuming the video as we may get stopped out, and we got stopped out here. So we have started with the first trade was a losing trade. Looking at the 5-minute chart, I don't see anything that I wouldn't like. So I'm going to mark this trade as a first entry because this was a great entry. It just sometimes that happens. So we started with the losing trade straight off the bat, which is not what you want to have. But let's see what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna pause the video and let you guys see another setup. All right, guys, I'm resuming the video as the market has opened 20 minutes ago, and nothing really much happened when it comes to clear price action. As you guys can see, price strongly reversed higher, and we were at this resistance, and I was potentially looking at the failed breakout, but you can't fade the breakout while this uptrend is still in play. So we broke the uptrend, created a new extreme, but then this bearish bar is way too big, and there is really no entry right here to fade the breakout. And once again, market just pushed lower, indicating change in the momentum, but you don't get a second entry short. You get a new high, first entry long pullback, second entry long reversal pattern, but you're not touching the EMA. You're close to the support. So once again, no real entry right now. The market structure is definitely looking like a trading range. So I'm going to be sitting on my hands because we're getting far away from the EMA now. All right, guys, I'm preparing to enter on this second entry short if it triggers. Let's see if this triggers right here, because we have a micro double bottom right here, and we have first entry short, second entry short, which is a high probability setup below the EMA. EMA is holding prices. We ticked higher here and instantly reverse, but we still don't have a trigger below this bearish bar here. Let me see. I may cancel the order soon though. You may not. Hold on. Ooh, prices. little bit undecisive because this was a strong downtrend, and my first initial channel was a little bit tighter, but when you make it a little bit wider like this is just the first break of this channel, so we're expecting a new extreme to be formed because this was such a huge move down off of these lows, that off of these highs, that I'm expecting for price to create additional leg down, something like this, because this was really big move down. Same way, like this was pretty big move up. You know, first leg pullback, second leg. I'm expecting first leg, little correction, and a second leg. Price is a little bit consolidating right here, but I really don't want to miss this trade, so I want to be focused here. And price is reversing, showing a lot of bearish momentum. Let me see if we get filled. I don't want to miss this trade right here. I need to chase it a little bit here. Come on. And it looks like I might fill. If you manage to get the scalp portion here, come on, fill me in, fill me. And we got filled. So I'm going to put my target profit right here. I'm going to go for 10 ticks because I started with a losing trade. So I want to be sure I have a sound money management here. I'm resuming the video because price is getting halfway in our target profit. Let's see how the price will. Come on, a few more ticks here. And we got filled. So I'm going to move it. I'm going to instantly move my runner all the way down here in case I may catch a big move, though I really doubt it because we are at the lows of the day. A lot of times these lows of the day, they will become important. So we may get a quick bounce here, but hopefully you guys understand. Oh, take a look how we're pushing lower. So I'm going to try to milk this runner as much as I can. But hopefully you guys understand why I was looking for additional leg down, because this move was so strong all the way from the highs, all the way to the lows. Second entry short right here, first leg, double top, double bottom, and an additional move down here. So, all right guys, I'm ready. I'm going to move my runner above this bar right here. It was a pretty big runner, but right now we are breaking below this important key level, and this is a failed breakout, and there's a big chance we may push higher back into the trading range. Plus we already have a break and a one leg pullback, second leg to a new extreme, so the downtrend should be over. But this is a fairly strong downtrend, so we may have a continuation of some sort of a correction or downtrend. Let's see. But we are below this key level, so I'm expecting for price to push all the way up to here now. And excuse me, I don't want to give back so much on my runner, so I'm going to tighten this like this. In this way I take at least a half of the runner I initially had, because you don't want to get too greedy in case I'm wrong. We may get stopped out here soon though, so I'm going to pause the video and let you guys see what happened. And our runner just got stopped out, but it's pretty expected since we are coming off the failed breakout, and usually when you come off the failed breakout you will generate a lot of momentum in the opposite direction. All right guys, I'm going to quickly record this trap if I manage to get in, but I may not even get in here. Let me see. This bar is actually fairly big. Let me sneak in a little bit further back here, or let me stay right here. So I'm going to move my target, my stop loss one tick above the signal bar. I'm going to go for 8 ticks. I'm going to move my runner quickly here, and this happened really quickly because we were at the very highs, and at the very last moment we managed to pull down lower, and on this one single bar, big bearish reversal bar, we triggered lower. And what I'm looking at this spike and a channel pattern, and we got filled. So this happened extremely quickly. Obviously I wasn't recording, so you guys didn't see that, but we were going sideways here, and I was expecting some sort of variation of a spike and a channel. This was my initial, this actually may end up being correct here. This was my initial spike and a channel, and since we have a break and 2 legs to a new extreme, and we are fading the breakout here, right here, we're expecting for price to push all the way back into this trading range. We're expecting for price to push right here, but it didn't happen. Okay, it changed instantly. And remember guys, we are not predicting any movements, we're just following the price action. So once price action failed to push above the support now, and we pull back below the EMA, this indicates that the reversal pattern is not so strong, and basically we got a lower high of this spike and a channel, and this was a trap that happened at the very last second here. All right guys, and our runner is getting very close to being stopped out here. Let's see here, and we got stopped out. So I'm going to mark my last trade because a 2-1 for the day. I'm probably not going to be taking any trades, but I'm going to quickly go through all the setup right here, because this looked like a this is like a trading range from the get-go, and a few traders had in the Discord channel like this, which looks pretty good at the beginning of this move, but this is really a trading range structure, and these wide patterns are not really that common in trading ranges. And here is the first trade right here, because we are working lower and we have a first entry short pullback, second entry short lower high off the key entry point. We're expecting for price to go all the way down to here. This is what you expect from the highs to get all the way to the lows. That was the first trap. It's okay, that comes to the territory. Price reverse higher, and we were looking for fading the breakout right here, but you can't really fade this breakout too quickly because you're inside of this channel. So we have a break, first leg to a new extreme, pullback, second leg to a new extreme. So price action rules tell me that the uptrend played out, and I'm safe to be looking for fading the breakout. But however, there's no good signal bar. This is a 2 bullish bar, this is a bearish doji, and market continue pushing strongly to the downside, never look back. And you have a new low, first entry short, a second entry short, and this would have been a great entry. My trend line was a little bit too tight, so I thought we had a break here and a new low. But this is a textbook first entry short, second entry short, big bearish bar coming off the key entry point. And this is how you act. You ignore all the setups right here. You ignore all these weird setups that are not at the key entry point. You only wait for price to come to you. Let's see, key entry point right here, key entry point right here, key entry point right here. And this is first entry short, second entry short. You take the higher into the reverse. EMA is holding prices. A lot of traders were expecting a reversal here, but yes, but only if you pull above the EMA. If you push above the EMA here, we couldn't close above the EMA. Look at so many stims, 4 stims. EMA is holding prices. You're coming off the failed breakout, strong downtrend. So this really indicates that you can make one additional leg down. And now you have a clear break, clear new low. And I'm going to mark this setup right here, because this is a great failed breakout. Same thing you are expecting right here after break, 2 legs to new extreme, to fade the breakout out of the trading range. This is the bigger trading range. You pushed lower and you basically consolidated a bit. You trapped everybody going lower, and a lot of traders took that trap right here. And yeah, here was the setup that I took basically. And I was expecting for price to reverse higher from here, but it didn't really happen. We instantly got rejected right here off this resistance. So this was a breakout pullback sort of pattern, and the key entry point was in way, and this was a very quick trap that managed to get a quick easy scalp. Today's trading was a little bit all over the place, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what you got to do: smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.